Welcome back, YouTubers. Johnny Boy Lopez here, back for another installment of the Indie Experiment, and I am here with cannabis enthusiast Jay. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So.
Born and raised in Merced.
Okay.
First generation American, me and my brothers.
Okay, that's dope.
My parents come from Laos and Thailand. I've been out here my whole life. This is my town.
Yeah. How was that like upbringing in your household? Being the first generation,
It was different. Parents adapting, you know what I mean? So obviously we weren't brought up the same as other households. We all had to grow up at a really young age, but I mean we're all here still. So that's something to brag about out here.
Yeah, for sure. You know how it can be in the city. It gets a little wild. Yeah. So
it started because I was going through a lot at a young age. I started smoking when I was 12 years old.
Okay. Hey, the first time I ever hit some weed was in the 5th grade, yo. So, hey, I'm with you.
Yeah, I was in 8th grade because I was like one of the younger ones. Everyone else was like, oh, let's go. You know, we were at like a little, it was technically a school event. It was me, one of my close friends back then, and then 2 of our guy friends. They're like, hey, we got some weed. You guys want to go smoke? I was like, yeah, let's go. So we were at Golden Valley.
So you were just down. You were just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had already tried drinking before that, and drinking wasn't my thing yet. So I was like, whatever, you know. But smoking happened to be my thing. For me, it really like mellows me out, and then like it makes me vibe easier. Like I can feel it easier. You know what I mean? Like the vibrations, literally, of the music.
For sure.
So it's like certain moods. Like if I put on a certain song, I'm gonna feel that song. So when I'm vibing, I usually try to avoid sad music unless I'm like, fuck it.
Unless you're into
I'm
that.
like, fuck it, let's go.
I'm very much the same way. The first time I actually heard music high, I was super into Wiz Khalifa at the time, and I was smoking tub. This is like the first time in my life where I'm actually smoking tub. Like I had smoked dibble dabble a couple times with my friends, but then I wasn't really like, I was always like trying to play basketball or do some other shit. You know? So as soon as I came back from school in Utah, I was like, yo, I told my boy like, hey, I'm gonna smoke. So we smoked, and he's like, I'm gonna put on some Wiz. And I hadn't really listened to Wiz like that, and he puts on this song called Good Dank. And oh my God, there's just like this vibe of it. It's just so crazy the way the beat comes on and everything. And like you said, you can literally feel the vibrations of the song. And that made me go like, oh, for the rest of my studio sessions, I'm gonna be high. You feel me? Like I was like, so even if it's like I don't smoke outside of music, I was like, I would love to just smoke even when I'm just doing music, because it just takes you into a whole nother space.
It does. Yeah. Paranoid as fuck.
For real?
Yeah.
Like, were you like paranoid like shroom tripping, or were you just like paranoid like anxiety a little bit?
Not a little bit, a lot of it.
A lot of it? Okay.
We got done smoking and we went back and we were like, fuck, let's go to McDonald's to eat, because we're at Golden Valley, so it was just down the block. So we're like, let's go to McDonald's, and then we're walking out, and then we saw our instructor, and they were staring at us hella hard, and all of our eyes were red.
Oh yeah.
So we were like fucking walking, trying to put our heads down, and they're like, hey, where'd you guys come from? And we're just like, oh, you know, over there.
Just over there, you know? And what, did they just let you guys go?
Yeah, they weren't tripping. I mean,
Yeah.
we're in our own hometown. We got dropped off there. They couldn't
Yeah.
tell us nothing. But it was still like, that paranoia, and
Yeah.
just the rest of the day, and then getting picked up later, I was like,
All tripped out.
oh, hella tripping. Honestly, I heard about Manzanita when it first opened, but I didn't really think nothing much of it. I was at another dispensary, not there anymore. Still shout out to that dispensary though, because they're still dope.
Hey, yeah.
No hard feelings,
Yeah,
but I actually heard of them through a personal connection because I was out of a job and I was looking for a job, the pandemic and all.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, I really do really well in the cannabis industry, I feel like, and so I went up in there. I talked to them and whatnot, and they liked me, they pretty much interviewed me on the spot, and they test your fucking knowledge, that shit.
That's dope.
you can feel that they're testing you, but it's dope because they really care about having their sales associates knowing about their products.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope. So
the Fig Farms, they're really fire. It's never a miss with that
Yeah,
one. They're
yeah.
a little bit on the pricey side, but honestly, you get what you pay for there. You really do, and that shit hits like motherfucker.
Yeah. Is there any particular type of way you like smoking? Because as you know, there's the waxes, there's different. I mean, even when you go into the wax game, there's all different types of waxes.
Yeah. So when it comes to flower, I personally prefer bongs. Bongs are my way to go. Or I should say glass, because I really fuck with pipes and steam rollers too. Just any type of glass, because even when it comes to dabbing, I don't like to do all that extra shit. I just like my rig. That's it. So I got me a little G Connect, so that you get a perfect dab every time. You can put it on whatever piece you want.
That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope.
Right now it's gonna be Headband and Trainwreck.
Okay.
Yeah.
And those are some OG strains in the game right there. So, what is it about those strains that kind of do it for you?
The Headband, honestly, because it's got that perfect balance, I feel like, but then when I need it to knock me on my ass, it knocks me on my ass. It slows down my mind and shit. And then the Trainwreck, honestly, I had some PTSD and I couldn't sleep through the night. And then my uncle had got me a zip of some indoor Trainwreck, and I smoked it and I slept through the night for the first time in months. And ever since then, I just it helps.
That's on the schedule.
Yeah, it helps with your anxiety. It helps with it helped with me with my PTSD. You know what I mean? I feel like it's really good for that mental game because weed does have its medicinal benefits. Definitely. We always get people that come in, we got certain rubs that help with a lot of pain. It actually helped me because I got a bunch of shit wrong with my spine, and then I got arthritis in my hips and shit. So I'm in pain almost 24/7, but they have certain rubs there, and that shit actually helps.
Yeah.
And then I recommend it to certain people that come in, and then they come back and they're like, yeah, that shit helped, and I'm like, that shit, that's what we live for.
Yeah, hell
that's
yeah,
what we're there
for sure. I always fall asleep.
Honestly, the cannabis syrup helped me when I had pneumonia, and I didn't even know it was pneumonia yet. I was working at a daycare too.
Oh wow.
Mind you, yeah, I missed a month of work. That shit hit my pockets hard. I'm cool off that.
Okay.
But I was using that to help me sleep because I couldn't sleep, and my chest was hurting and shit until they finally gave me the medicine and whatnot. But yeah, that shit actually helped. And then I have a family member, he had seizures, and back when I was making edibles, I would give him brownies for the low, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he would just dose it because he didn't smoke at the time. I turned my phone into pockets.
And that happens,
And then he was microdosing on them, but he would still get hella lit off of them. But over time, he stopped getting them. Like now he doesn't have them. You know, like every now and then, like they do worry still. Of course, you're always gonna worry.
Yeah,
I worry
for sure,
still. You know
for
what
sure.
I mean? But he hasn't had them. You know what I mean? And like that shit, I was like, okay.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah,
that
for
shit
sure.
made me happy as fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Hell yeah. So.
I'm Instagram's _ Juicy with 2 U's and then J with 2 A's.
Okay, and I'll put that in it'll be in the descriptions and all that stuff, you know. So I really thank you for coming here, smoking with me.
Yeah,
chilling,
thank you for
know,
having
talking,
me.
man. Oh yeah, for sure.
Appreciate
For sure.
it.
I really appreciate it. I'm Johnny Boy Lopez. It's Jay. It's the Indie Experiment. Huh?